True story. True story. True story. You know, before all this gangster grill shit, this DJ thing wasn't panning out for me. Money was tight. I almost moved back to Philly and tried something else. Now imagine a world if that would have happened. How many classics we wouldn't have today? Lesson of this: never go back.
Know why I go so hard. I can't go back to my old days. Wonder why I go so hard. I can't go back now. I got some burdens on my back. I can't go back. I can't go back now.
Talk to him, Sad.
I'd be ashamed of myself. Can't go back to broke ways. Can't go back to broke days. Can't go back to feeling like I need the help to win. Can't go back to what his name. Caught me a little few things. Can't go back to feeling like this the only way to win. I'm totally still focused on time. Blunt bro, stuff crust, right side. And when I rap and sing, they feel it in they heart, mind, soul. Unexpected lessons taught me what I know. Angel seeds planted around, I watch them grow. Reason why I feel my blessings, I receive them close. Walking through this jungle on my foes. I won't brag or boast, won't do the most. Even though I'm known from coast to coast. Internationally known if I keep going. I can't go back on my word, I'm standing on it. Before the rap, my mama told me I'm important. Destined for greatness, my potential overflowing. No lie, I go so hard.
Yeah, I thought I had moved my hands. I thought I knew when that bit was going in. All right. That's Seti Hendrix, Can't Go. Today, I'm here with Corey Duval, the barber. The barbershop owner.
The barbershop owner, all right.
The videographer. The hair industry educator.
Wow.
The founder of the Ghana Barber Summit. Investor. Much more. Welcome to the show, Corey.
Appreciate you, man. That was a hell of a. I can't even explain myself like that. Like, I mean, you did some digging, bro. You did some digging.
If I could just ask you to either move the mic closer to yourself or you move closer to the mic, whichever is more comfortable for you. I'm just gonna need you about this level right here so we can get that crisp and we're on the same level.
Sir.
Yeah, see right there. So right here you can see.
Yeah, a little peak meter. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Oh, hey. You ain't had to get overly technical on me.
Yeah, because that's one part you ain't mentioned, bro. You know what I mean?
Sure,
like, I got a little experience in the music industry. You know what I'm saying? Just a little song.
That's true. I was going to get to the music part because that's initially how I found out who you even were.
Yeah.
So since we starting there, that's not where I was going to start, but since we there. So the first time I had seen you was Dre Jenkins, D2R, 32 bar Takeoff.
Oh man.
Where if I remember, Corey, you played a persona in that 32 bar Takeoff. You were kind of insane, I would say.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Well, you want to bring that up. All right, so boom. In that video when I was rapping, it was basically about me talking about the other aspects of the industry and the government and like how things is going on and what's going on in the music industry, you know, like things like that. Like when you take an intellectual person and you put them in an environment in a way they can create music and send out a message, you know, like I found out that it's like, okay, I can create an alter ego and get the message out that I really want people to hear. And that's where I was at with that.
Yeah. It's kind of, I like B.O.B. a lot of times. He it's very, him and what's the dude, Hobson, like very entertaining, very like outlandish, and it makes you pay attention more like, what the fuck he got going on? Right. So you're going to like really tune in and listen, and then you'll get the message more. But yeah, I mean, that's what it did for me. I was like, who is this guy now? I talked to Chulo, and Chulo's like, bro, that's Corey. And then down the line, then Chulo was getting his hair cut from you, and then I was looking for a barber. And I tapped in with you.
Right.
And you were at Phoenix
Salon
in
Suites,
5 Points. Yeah.
I remember that.
Suites.
I remember that. That's the day we met that one lady.
Oh, bruh. Yeah. What she did?
She talking about something. Do you dry between your toes?
Yeah, bruh. She was like, dude, that's why men's feet be stink because they don't dry between their toes.
That shit was the most awkward fucking moment ever.
But every time I dry myself out now, towel in the finger,
bruh,
between all the wedges.
I swear,
all of them. I make sure them bitches is dry.
Hey, I hear that lady voice like every time. Like you can't even not dry your toes. Not like.
Yeah, but so that's where I first met you. I think I went there like two to four, maybe even 5 times to get my cut. We got acquainted through that way. And then you moved on to your own shop downtown. What street was it on?
That was at Monroe. That was that first
Monroe.
job.
See, all the streets downtown the same shit to me, bro. Everything is Adams Street. Everything.
Because all of them go like.
Yeah. So you had your first shop there, and now you're in Riverside in Brooklyn, next to Navy Federal and Fresh Market, which I really love because you show up a little early, you can stop by and get you a nice little healthy drink or a healthy snack.
Yeah, that's convenience like a mug, boy. It changed your lifestyle, like dang, like change your whole lifestyle having them kind of spots next to you.
So, what was the most important lesson that you learned from renting a spot in a suite to getting your own shop to upgrading to a more prime location?
I say the most important thing that I learned is planning and making sure you taking the proper steps to be able to execute. You know what I mean? Like having your money together, really, and just making the right moves and not just doing something because everybody doing it. Like because everybody doing trucking, because everybody doing drop shipping, because everybody's doing chicken trucks, food trucks. You know what I mean? You gotta like do what you want to do, and that's what I figured out in it all. Like I'm gonna do what I want to do, and when I do it, I'm gonna do it all the way. You know what I mean? And that's one thing I learned just by growing in the game.
And by doing what you want to do, it ain't gonna feel as much like work. Like
yeah and no. You know what I mean? As a creative, long as you have an opportunity to where everything don't put boundaries on you as a creative.
Yeah.
Like if your craft is somewhere, like for instance a barber, you got to be in a building, right? Yeah. But you're a creative, so your creative mind is not able to like expand totally within those boundaries of being whatever career field you in. Right. You know what I mean? So that's the main thing about it also.
Yeah. I think I had the wrong word choice. I said it won't feel like work. It won't feel like a job.
Yeah.
Like a typical job, like a 9-to-5 job. Like it won't feel like you're being forced to do something because it's what you want to do.
Oh yeah, totally. Because you got the option whether I want to wake up and go do this or I want to wake up and don't do this.
See, I think you've been an entrepreneur so long. Like your mind don't even, when I say work or job, your mind don't even go to like working for somebody else because you've been out of that for so long.
Yeah, I wonder if somebody would hire me though, bro. Like honestly. Like I wonder sometimes if I fill out an application at a high level executive company or something like that, being as though I've invested, I've created my own companies, I've hired, like I've had teams, I've mentored people, like created programs around the world. Like if I took this knowledge and applied, like what would you pay me? Would it be less of a headache for you to pay me for me to be me? You know what I mean? For me being me. And catching a headache. And those are some things, you know what I mean? Like when you asked the question earlier that people need to pay attention to when they're investing, when they're moving. Like sometimes, bro, it might be easier getting a job that pays $70K. You know what I mean? Like you may make $100K as an entrepreneur, $120K, but shit, you ain't got no more time for your family. You know what I mean? Like you ain't necessarily got time to like pay your bills on time or like whatever like crazy case may be. Like sometimes it's cool to just rock out with a job, bro.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it right now. Like I do a mixture of both because like people don't realize, bro. Like when you trying to do this like production and content shit, bro. Like it's not as easy as it looks, bro. Like the people who have it easy is the people on TikTok who just sitting down eating food and you could do it on your phone. But like for what I'm trying to do, like my phone wouldn't really, at least not. I don't have the newest iPhone. The newest iPhone, the cinematic mode will get you just about as good as the DSLR. Mm-hmm. But working with this camera right here is just it's just a different ball game. All right, so we went over the fact that you've made music, you do videos, barbershop owner. What was the order in which you learned all of your skills? What started your journey?
So for barbering, that was probably the first thing that I learned out of all the things that I do, other than like drawing.
And what age was that whenever you?
Barbering. 15. That's when my granddaddy gave me my first pair of clippers. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like 15, started like cutting my cousin's hair, cutting my hair. You know what I mean? Like messing some people up. You know how it go. Then being as though like I was dealing and dabbling in the streets a little bit, like I was able to like cut homies in the trap. You know what I mean? Like people that rap. You know what I mean? Like things like that, and it began to grow and grow and grow and grow. But I ain't never really like take it serious to where I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to school, get my license, I'm finna get a shop. Like it ain't really work like that. Like I ain't really get my license till like 15 years later. You know what I mean? And it was a chick. She was just like, man, you talented. I don't know why you won't go to school. And I was like, well, like, I ain't even think about it like that. So I went to school, got my license, and it was just like everything just like kind of like took off from there.
And then what was your next creative step outside of barbering? Like after you started doing that, when did you start doing music?
Music was actually before I had a barbering career. You know what I mean? Even though I was cutting hair the whole time,
Right.
music was a time from like a few years, and I got into music just by being, you know, like around street stuff, and you know what I mean, like dudes having studios, and I end up getting a studio, and I end up getting a studio, and then cousins and stuff, you know, we form a little group, and you know how it go, pressing up CDs, putting CDs on the internet, you know, MySpace, all that, and that's how that became about performing shows and stuff, and you know, a lot of open mics and all of that, just putting the groundwork just to put the music out. And then music really tripped me into like video because I was at all the shows and it was like, dang, you know, we hear the songs, we see it, but nobody don't got no videos. So I used to just like take around a little camera and just like record all the artists' record performances and stuff like that. Doing graphic design, I used to do like mixtape covers, like flyers, like all that kind of stuff. Being in like the industry, and that's how I learned really to like, oh, okay, like I like video. And then I went to college, you know what I mean, for video, TV, film production, got certified, and I was just like, all right, boom, I got that out the way, and then I stopped going for film, and then got my license for barbering. As soon as I got my license for barbering, I had got in the shop, and I went back to school to keep going for film. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like how everything got to now.
So whenever you say you got in the shop, was this somebody else's shop or Phoenix?
Yeah, it was somebody else's shop.
Okay.
On the west side. Shout out to that boy Mike at First and 10, man. Like, I only been in one other person's shop than my own, you know, other than that suite. Like, I ain't jump around. I ain't go to 10 shops. I was in one shop for 3 years, and then, like, on my, probably like 3 years, going to 3 years, I was like, it's time.
All right. So for the people out there that already are pretty established, maybe they do mobile barbering or they rent a chair from a shop or they're at a salon suite, what advice would you like to give them if they're working towards getting their own shop that you wish you would have had whenever you were going through the process? Because I'm sure there was like some unexpected obstacles that you came across.
You got to do a self-assessment. That's what I'm gonna say, a self-assessment. And the reason why I say you got to do a self-assessment is because being a shop owner may not fit your personality, right? So if you're somebody who wants freedom, somebody who has a problem with addressing issues sternly or assertively, then that may not be the type of position that you want to put yourself in. You know, you may be better off at just being, like I said earlier, like a worker, because being an entrepreneur and a business owner, being an entrepreneur and being a business owner and being an entrepreneur that's a business owner at a brick and mortar location, that's something totally different. And when you mix those dynamics together, you really have to like understand like, hey, like this may not be something you want to do. But I would say like self-assessment, like make sure this is really what you want to do before you jump out there, because you may have more freedom just being a regular barber, paying your rent, you know what I mean, and stacking up your money, saving a lot of money in the front end of your career, so that way you can become a little bit more lax in the end because you have like compounding on your money.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's probably the best advice that you could have gave, is to make sure that this is something that you desire to do, because it's a lot of pressure. You're gonna have to pay a lot of rent, and then if you have other barbers inside of your shop, depending on
going.
you,
Yeah.
depending on you, but then technically you're also dependent on them, and they could be shaky. I know sometimes I have noticed from the past in your shop, somebody will come in, and then I'm going to book online, and it's 2 new people and one of the people gone now, because sometimes things don't work. So you're gonna have to take account of that. If 6 people quit on you because maybe you did something wrong or they don't like how you did something, you only got two chairs filled, are you going to be able to pay rent?
Right.
Like it
And
comes
that's
down.
real. And that's real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's real.
Okay, so you do a lot of classes I've seen over. What all type of classes do you do other than the I don't even want to say it, the hair installment? I'm gonna let you go ahead and describe.
Well, so what he's telling y'all, what he talking about right now is the male hair replacement unit. These just the things that got the streets hot. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't gotta rock your top back. You know what I mean? Like, it's a time. You know what I mean? That people have time for change. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna get your hair right.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm dropping that fire in the streets with the male hair units. You know, if you never heard of it, a male hair unit is a procedure to where I give bald man that drip. You know what I mean? Pause. You know what I mean? Pause. But old people, you know, they want that drip. Old guys, they need their drip back. They need their swag back. You know?
Yeah.
So that, you know, that's what I be doing.
Okay. And then so you give courses out on that. Are there any other kinds of courses that you give to other stylists?
Everybody asking me to mentor, you know what I mean? But I just don't really have time for it right now, bro. Like, a lot of people asking me to mentor. So really I'm just putting together like my template and whatever I need to be doing so I can be solidified in the next era of my career. So my word of the year is order. You know, like as somebody who been in the game for a little bit, bro, like I'm really focused on order. Just resetting a lot of things so that way I can really be able to do the things that I really want to do.
And what are the things that you really want to do?
I want to fly away.
I want to fly away
to a place far away.
Are we not? I don't think we're singing the same song.
Oh, I don't know, but it was freestyle, man. You know, that was just sporadic. They didn't even know what was about to happen. See, look,
I went with it.
Yeah.
So what are the things that you want to do that you're focused on now?
So right now, you know, I'm back and forth to Accra, Ghana. So I'm going to Africa a lot, West Africa, that is. And I see an opportunity for me to build a bridge connecting barbers and people from Africa to the United States, building a standardized testing, a curriculum to where barbers in Africa could take the test and be licensed to be able to travel to America or other, not third world countries, but other advanced countries. So that way they can make a livable wage or make more wages to be able to help their family. On the other side of that, I want to be able to take Americans back to Africa and the resources that we have. Instead of taking all the resources from there, we take resources there and build infrastructure so that way, you know, you have like import, export, goods, services, then you're migrating people and helping them. You know, it's just kind of like just connecting the dots. So that's the next move. Get my citizenship in Ghana, obtaining property, and go ahead to start to make those moves.
Okay, so you say you're going to be working with trying to get barbers in Ghana to be able to travel. What is that like? Would they need to get like a visa in the country they're trying to get to? Okay.
Yeah, and the process is a little lengthy. You know what I mean? In some countries like that.
So would it be because you're an established barber in the States, you're co-signing them on their visa?
Yeah.
Okay, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's
correct,
dope.
Correct.
What gave you this idea? Like, who did you meet in order for you to even get out there and like start networking with people?
I met this one lady on Facebook, and I saw that she was in Ghana. I saw that she was with a barber or barbers, and I instantly just friended them. I asked them. I don't even know how I met her. It was just on Facebook. Yeah. And then I asked her, so I started following the guy. We ended up started talking. You know what I mean, or whatever like that. We end up exchanging WhatsApp. And Then when we got on WhatsApp, we just started talking, and I made a joke. I was like, bro, I should come over there. He was like, yeah, bro, come over. And I was like, all right. The next thing you know, I'm like pricing flights. And then the next thing you know, I'm like planning out a whole long like event.
Yeah.
And then it just like went on from there. So I can answer the question in summary. I say, God, bro. And now I'm on my 6th time preparing to go over there. It's just an amazing feeling, you know.
What are some things that you've learned being in Ghana?
One, appreciate the small things. 2, family is very deep and important. 3, sometimes all you need is a little sunshine. 4, if you love it, let it go, just like a block of ice. Because the more you keep your hand on it, the more it's going to melt. So if you really love it, let it go. And last but not least, you can still ask for money even if you got money. Yeah.
Hey, I like that last one. You can still ask for money even if you got money. Hey, spend other people's money instead of your money.
Yeah, that was a bar right there.
That was a big bar. I was like, how far are we going, man? It's just like every single one, it just got deeper and deeper. To let it go, the ice cube melt in your hands.
That was an ancient African proverb. Like somebody who was there gave me that from somebody who was older than them.
I'm gonna get canceled for making fun of a ancient African proverb as a white man. Is this a dap of approval? Nah. All love.
I love it here.
I actually have my homie Easy from Love Culture. He got me a dashiki from South Africa. That bit was handmade. That shit hard. Whenever I have him on here, I'm gonna wear that bit in that episode, so I can also get the dap of approval to wear the dashiki in public. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I already did it. That covered all of them.
Somebody try to call me out. I'm like, hold on, let me pull up my YouTube. See, I'm straight. But okay, so you've been to Ghana. Where else have you been for business purposes? What other countries?
Business. I've been to Turkey, Istanbul. I've been to Istanbul.
Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you go out there for?
I cut some very prolific soccer players, football players. Yes.
I remember seeing that now. I remember that. Okay.
Very great guys. Robinho is one of the most prolific. Dimbaba, from Bakshakshir, the team there. Yeah.
How did you get in contact with the team, or did they reach out to you?
It was a friend through a friend that actually knew one of the players, and then I cut them here once, and then I cut them in California. They flew me to California, and then next thing you know, I was in Turkey cutting hair because there wasn't a barber like me there cutting their hair, and they needed a guy like me. You know what I mean? And it happened.
Okay. Hey, y'all hear that? Y'all got the mobile barbering down packed. I get it. Y'all pulling up for 200, 250. Are you getting flied out though? International flights?
I was definitely say to another country, and I don't even be talking about it. I be forgetting that stuff even be happening because it just be really about the relationship sometimes. Like sometimes, like somebody may be saying like, all right, bro, like, this is a situation, boom, and you make it happen, but you can never take away them experiences, bro. Like, yeah.
All right, so let's skip past the business. Where's your how many stamps do you have on your passport? Approximately. I feel like it might be a little too tough for you to get an exact number.
I feel like because sometimes when you go through countries of in travel, they still give you passports, but sometimes it don't count. To me, that doesn't count. You know what I mean? Like I say a real stamp is when you actually entered the country.
Yeah. No. If you just have a layover, that don't count.
But they still stamp you.
Okay.
Yeah, they still stamp you.
Okay, well then we'll cancel that. I thought it was more creative to ask in the passport manner. So how many countries have you entered?
seven. I think. Hold on,
You can name them while you're counting them.
bruh. How I knew you was gonna say that. All right, so we got Istanbul. So first I went to Cuba, and then I went to what is that? Cozumel or something like that. One of them places in Mexico. Dominican Republic, Santo Domingo, which is Panama, which is down there by that too. It is a very beautiful country. Ghana, Bangkok, damn, bro, it's like one more. But shit, I gave you 6, but it's one more.
Hey, listen, that's 6 more than I've ever done. I ain't even got my passport. I was my last guest. We was talking about this year for his birthday. We're gonna go to Amsterdam, so I gotta go. Either we gonna slide down to Miami to get that 1-day passport and hang out down there for a few days, or we're just gonna get it and wait for it naturally. And yeah, we can go to Amsterdam, or we can do anything we want to do.
That'll be lit.
Oh yeah,
That'll be real
oh yeah,
lit.
definitely taking the camera out there.
Well, that footage should be crazy.
Yeah, bro. Have to get me another lens or something. That way I could get all of the proper footage I want to get. But yeah, bro, I'm getting excited, bro. Every year for the past like 5 years, I've somehow like stepped up in life, as in like experiences and traveling. And it's really my girl. My girl got me like stepping out, bro.
But women will do that, bro. The right
Yeah.
way.
See,
Look how deep. Yeah.
the problem is my girl actually throws down on some shit.
I heard that, man.
Bum ass bitches out here. Not to get too, you know what I'm saying?
Feel you,
No,
man.
bitches be wanting you to pay. We just had this conversation recently. We're gonna take away the B word now, because we was talking about people, but now we're talking about our people. So you know what I'm saying? You know,
See how prolific that boy is.
it is very flattering when a woman takes initiative to like take care of something, because like obviously culture has taught us that a man is supposed to pay for everything, like everything. Like she'll buy the ice cream after dinner, but everything else on you. And it's like, damn, bro. Like sometimes that shit just get a little stressful. It feel good to be like appreciated.
Yeah.
And I never had that until the current relationship that I've been in for a few years.
It hit different, don't it?
It hit way different, bro.
It hit different.
It made me want to come home. Like,
Bro,
anytime-
it do make you want, it make you just do different. You know what I mean? Because it's like, oh, I have a voice, and you let me know I got a voice. Like not like on no doggy Scooby snacks. You know what I mean? Type like, oh, I'm gonna be a good boy. Like yeah, she got me a snack. Yeah. Like no, like it just hit different because we gotta know you ain't crabbing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it can't necessarily be in our time of need. Like if you only got me when I need you, like what about when I want you? You know what I mean? Like real shit. Like in relationships, like if you only got me when I need you, what about when I really be wanting you? Now you coming to when I need you, and it's like, damn, I don't want you.
Yeah, it shouldn't have to be. Can you do this for me? I need you right now. Like, and that's the magic word. Like, because I've been in relationships or like even friendships where it's like I have to like tell them how much I need them to help me for them to like consider. And it's like me, I'm the type like shit. Just the fact that you say you need my help, if I'm able to help, like
It's transactional.
yeah.
Transactional situations.
And, you know, I heard something the other day. Ironically, he's a barber. You know the dude. I think his name Vic Blends. Or the dude who be like asking people like about their life and stuff like that. And he was saying sometimes God don't give you your blessing because you haven't let go of the people that you need to let go of in your life. And he can't let you get that blessing because they're going to try to take from it. So you can't even get it yet. So that's why you might notice sometimes when you cut somebody off who you've been iffy on for a while, everything just falls into place after you cut them off.
Yep.
I thought that was a real interesting perspective because that's definitely happened to me before, bro. I let somebody go, bro. And it was a rough let go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got called names for like just keeping it real on how I felt. And I was like, I didn't think nothing of it. I was just like, hey, this is what it is. I canceled on the trip, basically. And like,
now I gotta be all kind of FNs.
Yeah, bruh. It was during COVID, and they was Cali. You know, you need the vaccine for anything, like literally anything, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I ain't get vaccinated, and I know I ain't trying to get political and talk about the vaccine and stuff, but because of that, I decided I didn't want to go to California because I don't want to be limited on my trip. I'd rather go somewhere where I'm allowed to enjoy where I'm going to travel. So, yeah. See,
I feel
man.
you on that as an avid traveler, bro. Like, as a traveler, yeah, being restricted on travel, I might as well just stay home.
Yeah, bro. Like, what I'm finna just sit in a Airbnb at a hotel and order DoorDash?
And look at you. Like, we just here.
No, sir. I do that right here at the crib. Right here at the crib. But we're gonna take a little break. Let the camera
Cool off.
There we go. You know what I'm saying? My dog got me when I'm fucking off.
Clean up.
We be right back.
Yes, sir.
Duval County, baby.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Thank you for still tuning in. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow us at Forecast Jacksonville on Instagram. And then also follow Corey at I am Corey Duval and Corey Films. You will see the names down at the bottom. So, Corey, aside from the media industry and the barber industry, and what other ways have you invested your money?
So other ways I invested my money was I invested in stock. So a couple of years ago, during like the pandemic and stuff like that, like I started investing in Tesla. Like I ain't telling everybody, you know what I'm saying, go invest into stocks or nothing like that. I can't really give you advice on that. But those are one of the things that I did. And the way I got the money was just taking a portion of my barber income and just putting it to the side into a brokerage account in a Roth IRA. And then it was like, you know, over from there.
Okay. And do you use like Robinhood, or what is your platform for investing?
The platform I use for investing is E-Trade.
E-Trade?
Yeah.
And what is the what made you choose that one over?
It was just popular, I guess, and I like the colors of the logo. It was the damn logo, like
good marketing, E-Trade.
yeah,
Wonderful
E-Trade,
marketing.
Cut the check, man.
You reeled Corey, who is into marketing, in with your marketing.
Yeah, it worked.
That is nice. That is nice. What's the most important thing you've learned in your life, and what was your life like before you learned it?
What was the most important thing I learned in my life, and what was life like for it? So, the most important thing I learned in my life, and what was life like before it? The most important thing I've learned in my life was letting go of control. And life before it was aggravating, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, you just gotta let go of control, and that's probably the biggest thing that I learned. Stop trying to control everything. Because before that, I mean, you know, it stress you out. You know what I mean? You always be trying to like control the variables of everything, and I just say like the most important thing, yeah, control.
Only focus on what you can control.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. If you were to write a book on yourself, what would you title it?
Brick by brick.
And why is that?
Because I'm still building, and that would only probably be a portion. You know what I mean? So, yeah, brick by brick, it will be a series. I don't know who's gonna finish it when I go, but brick by brick.
Maybe your children. Maybe your children could continue it.
Yeah, I think that they will. I think that they will. But more than anything, the things that I've done, the positive things that I've done in the world, and my voice being able to live on beyond me, that is it. So brick by brick.
What skills do you feel like you've learned and were able to translate to your children that maybe you feel like you weren't taught? As far as maybe in the creative field, I think all of your kids do something in the creative field? I know your daughter just dropped her clothing line.
Yeah, I got it on right now. Solo Ranger.
Hello.
You know what I mean? Salute.
Okay. And then your son he was making beats. So like you learned skills to teach them. What do you think?
I don't even necessarily think that those skills are necessarily the things that may have the biggest impact on their life, you know, in terms of like real necessity things that kids need or like we need in our community. And it's things like sticking together, emotional intelligence, like family is important, financial literacy, and actually like applying it. Education, you know, like that. I'm really big on education and being an intellectual individual versus just somebody who gathers knowledge with no avail. You know what I'm saying? So like when it come down to things like that, like those are the things I'm really, really like honing in. Responsibility and, you know, like stuff like that. Like all of that other stuff is cool and it's a good addition to it. But those are the things that I really like harp in on. Character, you know, like character related things.
More morality based.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, what do you think, or how do you think having children changed you as a creative?
I had to get creative with my finances. I had to get creative with my time. You know, that was number one. I got to get creative with my time because when you have children or you have other people that either depend on you or you have a loving relationship, you can't necessarily always just leave to create because you have a responsibility, you know. Like if you got a girlfriend, you can't just be like, oh, I'm leaving every day to go create unless y'all going to create together, you know. Like you got to carve out time. So that was the major thing, just like learning how to like get time.
Do you read a lot?
I do read a lot, but how I digest my books is audio because of my career field being standing on my feet and my hands being tied up. I listen to a lot of books.
Okay. I feel like audiobooks is the same thing. Like a lot of people don't feel like it's the same as reading. I feel like it's the same thing. Sometimes I think it's even better because you get the expression that it was designed for.
Exactly.
Versus sometimes I feel like you get so lost in reading, you just reading, especially if you're reading in your head. What are 3 books that you think are most important for anybody looking for self-help?
Come on, man. The Bible and or the Quran. Outwitting the Devil and Richest Man in Babylon.
I haven't heard of the last one, Richest Man in Babylon. Who's that by?
That's by Napoleon Hill.
Okay, I know who Napoleon Hill is. Okay.
The same person who read Outwitting the Devil.
I believe I have Outwitting the Devil out there on one of the many Chamberlain adventures that I made whenever you were in the downtown location.
Yeah.
One of the many books that I bought. Actually, it's probably right over there on that bookcase. One of the many books that I bought that I haven't read.
Yeah, it's an interesting book. It's an interesting book. I recommend everybody read that. Outwitting the Devil, man, it's dope.
What's some key things that you learned from that?
That I learned from Outwitting the Devil is have a clear, definite purpose. The next thing I've learned was don't drift. Because when you drift, it's hard to get back. And ways of drifting starts with something as small as a cigarette, and it boils over into other things. You know what I mean? But a person that doesn't have a definite purpose is how they drift. And there is no such thing as like this whole like devil is hot and all this stuff. It's literally like principalities and stuff in place to where you be being tricked. You know what I mean? Like you're basically like tricked from the start, and you're assimilating with the devil. So in summary, it's pretty much like an interview. Like I'm sitting down with the devil and I'm asking him, hey bro, how do you keep me making fucked up decisions? And he's like, oh my God, and if you insist, I'll tell you. You know what I mean? So the world is against free thinkers. You know what I mean? Like anytime you're a free thinker, that's when you're outwitting the devil. But as long as you're a drifter, he has you. That's pretty much it.
Okay, so the book pretty much just teaches you how to think outside of the system and how to think for yourself. and not follow into what's brought to you.
Yeah.
Type deal. Okay. All right. Well, shit. Sound like I might need to pick it up off the bookshelf and get started on it.
Might need to tap in.
But I think I get kind of bored reading, so I might have to try the audiobook because I listen to podcasts all the time and like I stay up to date. And then I like once I finish the newest episode, I'm like, oh, what I'm gonna listen to now?
Yeah.
And I feel like books would be
that book is a real good one to listen to on YouTube because it's taking place in like it has like the devil got his own voice. The person who interviewing got his own voice. So you know, as far like a melodramatic character and being the devil is like, if you insist, I shall tell you. But if you release this, millions of people's lives will be changed, type shit. You know what I'm saying?
So you say it's on YouTube?
Yeah, I listen to all my books. Most of my books on YouTube.
For free? Like it's just there?
Free ski.
Damn, I'm asleep. It's me over here like, oh, I'm going to go download Audible and buy these books.
That's what they want you
I
to
didn't even think. Yeah, I got a YouTube Premium, so like it wouldn't make no sense for me to go out and spend more money to get stuff.
Exactly.
See, financial literacy. Corey's teaching me how to use my free resources. Speaking of resources, what resources have you used to improve your mental health? I know over the years of you cutting my hair, you know what I'm saying? We've talked about mental health a lot.
Yes. Oh man, mental health. That mental health journey, bro. So the first thing I've learned in mental health journey was what I said earlier. Is learning to let go, like with the whole control issue. You know, like that was the first start in like a positive mental health. You know, like that. Secondly, going to therapy, like go talk to that lady, man, or that man. You know what I mean? But you know the term is I'm finna go talk to the lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go talk to the lady. You know, like get that stuff out. Exercise definitely helps with positive mental health. Hang around positive people who are doing positive things. And really, really, really like stay off the artificial stuff, artificial stimulants as much as possible, whether it be energy drinks or, you know, depressants or anything that kind of like depresses your mood or your attitude that's going against natural wavelengths and chemicals and things that need to be released in your body. Try to keep that stuff out. Get some sunlight. Sunlight is very intricate part in having a positive mental health. Yeah.
Do you feel like having a routine is important for your mental health?
I think it is important to a certain extent because our body needs some kind of like shock every now and again. Our body needs some kind of like interruption. You know what I mean? Sometimes because that allows our brain to grow. Like there is no way our brain can grow if it's continuously on the same cycle.
Yeah.
But as soon as our brain is expanded to where some things have to move and shift, something happens. It's like you feel something happen actually in your brain when you have to do something different. Did you realize that?
Yeah.
No, honestly, I'm asking you a question.
I say yeah.
Oh, okay. Like I don't know. You could just be like, yeah.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
like
so
it triggers a different like circuit in your brain.
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah. So I want y'all to do that. So like if you always used to doing the same thing, the same routine, like it starts at something small. Like if you always take the same route home, like go 2 streets over, you know what I mean? And feel how it feels. You got to sometimes get uncomfortable because what if like something popped off that day and he was like, oh shoot, I need to like get away from somebody who's following me. I remember this side street that I went down from changing my routine up.
Yeah.
You know, it's small things like that. And those are resources also. Changing your routine could be a resource.
It's like in that part, like what you said, it's kind of like on a on a video game or like Grand Theft Auto where you can't see parts of the map until you get over there. So like as you're traveling around, then you're opening more places in your brain, which is your brain's going to be happy to be used in that manner to gain knowledge. And that's one of the things I was going to mention is my therapist told me that taking a different route to the same place, that way it doesn't feel like the same thing, and also try to look at different things on that route. So if you do take the same route, maybe usually you just staring straight ahead of yourself. Take the time to look over to the side, read signs, like use your brain to be in the moment, pay attention to what's going on in the moment, and that'll kind of help you not get anxiety and depression by thinking, because anxiety is basically thinking about the future and depression is thinking about the past. So if you're in the moment, you're not going to think about those things, which is going to be a help. It's going to be a factor in helping you not get anxiety or depression. And I feel like the more you can focus on being in the moment, the less your mind's going to drift towards either one of those things. And I feel like you have to get familiar with feeling good. We get so used to feeling bad that it's normal. And then when you're doing the right thing, you're eating healthy, you're exercising, you're just sitting there and you're just like, something just don't feel right. But you're doing everything right. It's because you're not used to feeling good. So I feel like that's part of my mental health journey is I was making myself feel bad by, consuming drugs and partying, getting little sleep, and not having a goal, what was it that you said earlier?
Definitive purpose.
Yes, a definitive purpose. I ain't have that, bro. Like every day was just a new what I'm doing today, to the point where it feel like I'm not doing nothing. Even if I am doing stuff because I didn't have a goal to get, I'm not feeling like I'm accomplishing anything.
It's almost like a rapper lifestyle, like a not even, no offense, you know what I mean, to a rapper lifestyle or a YouTuber's lifestyle, but you do still have stuff to do, but you don't necessarily have stuff to do.
Yeah.
You can make content off doing nothing versus somebody who's actually doing nothing.
Yeah.
If it makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah.
I get where you was going. As a rapper or celebrity or, whatever, somebody whose day-to-day life is filmed for content, you just need people to make the content and you just do whatever you do. So like you don't really have to think about it. And also a lot of rappers and stuff don't have like business meetings. Like if they're like one of those like lit 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds, like living rock star like lifestyles, like and that's why you see some people like they'll be on drugs a lot and then you see them start getting clean. And then like somebody like Yo Gotti wasn't really on drugs or nothing, but like you see Yo Gotti like bossed up from now. It's not, what is it? I forgot what CMG stands for now. It's like Collective Music Group, not Cocaine Music Group. Like sometimes like it takes time for you to realize that you're not on the right path or you're not on the best path you could be. And it ain't nothing wrong with like rerouting the direction that you're going.
That's good.
Who are your top 3 influences in life and how did they attribute to where you have gotten?
Top 3 influence of my life. My grandfather, he influenced my life by just like a no excuses. My grandfather was hard as hell. Like, shit, bro was real. And that hustler's mentality. And also just being like a gung-ho little country boy. You know what I'm saying? Like I can go out there, I can set traps and, like catch raccoons, possums, I can fish, I can tie knots, you know what I mean? I can swim. I can shoot my ass off, you know what I mean? Like I can shoot some shit. You know what I mean? Like I can shoot my ass off. It just hit different, you know what I mean? In the times of the day where you ain't gonna hear a man say they know how to tie a knot or, something like that. Or build something, or rake a yard. Like I got some good qualities, some good man qualities from my granddaddy, Secondly, I would say, my grandmother, that's intravenously my grandmother, my mother, but I'm only saying that because like the super strong impact. And I know my mom and my dad have great impact, but the real impact came from through them, you know what I mean? Like through them. So I would say my grandparents, and last but not least my kids, because that's just a whole different kind of like impact and inspiration. It's like, man, you're looking at yourself, and that's holding you accountable because you gotta do better based upon what you see or what is looking at you.
All right. Is there any question that you wish I would have asked you?
I guess what's the most important thing to me in life?
Corey, what's the most important thing to you in life?
My spirituality and keeping God first. That's the most important thing to me in my life.
When do you feel like you got a good grip on your spirituality?
When I let go control.
So that was like your turning point when you learned to let go of things you couldn't control. That's when you feel like your life turned around and never stopped going up from there. Like that was the most important factor because we've went back to that about 3 times.
But it's still brick by brick.
Yeah,
It's still brick by brick. But I never let it go. It's always been there.
All right. Well, do you have any upcoming events or anything that you want to plug in before we get out of here?
Just tapped in. Make sure y'all, if you a barber, hairstylist, are you in the beauty industry, and you looking to learn the male hair unit service, I'll be doing a class March the 5th at Hollywood Cuts Barbershop. You can get tickets on Eventbrite, malehairunit.eventbrite.com. And follow me on, I guess, everything that he said earlier, Corey Films. You know what I mean? I'm looking to work with people who have brands, businesses, things like that with the film company.
All right. Y'all got it here. The man of all trades, Corey Duval. It's been a pleasure having you here. And before we get out of here, I just want to say that I appreciate the wisdom and the conversations that you've provided over the time. I feel like a lot of times in barbershops, it's sport talks, talking about females, and like just guy talk. But I feel like guy talk should have more subject matter. And I feel like your barbershop has always had that, and I feel like it's a more higher frequency conversation. So I just appreciate that. I feel like you have attributed to a lot of the growth that I've had.
Wow.
So yeah, I just want to say that before we get out of here.
Wow, man. That's all right, bro.
And that's gonna be episode 4 of Forecast. Thank y'all for tuning in. We out.
You already know what it is.